Hey guys, it's Server Games or Adam, and on the 24th of July, we were all introduced to the compact SMG, and we all know how that one turned out.
Double kill, triple kill, overkill, kill-tacular, kill-trocity, Kilimanjaro, kill-tastrophe, kill-pocalypse, killionaire.
Now here we are, not even a week after the release of this gun, and it's been already nerfed to hell. So to celebrate this massive, deadly nerf, we're gonna go over 7 of the biggest nerfs in Fortnite history. Somewhere in today's video, I have a PSN card, but this one is hidden super well, so really make sure to keep an eye out while you're watching the video. And of course, guys, I'm doing a massive giveaway over the month of July. To enter, it's so easy. All you have to do is drop a link to the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me guys know right now in the comments below what platform you play Fortnite on. And besides that, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. I hate to start with this gun right here, but it's the shotgun. The shotgun is hands down the most nerfed gun in all of Fortnite, and the shotgun has really been beaten to death over the last couple of months, so that's why I'm starting with this gun here in the number 6 spot. So I went through all of the Fortnite patch notes, and there have been 6 major nerfs to the shotgun since the release of Fortnite Battle Royale. So the first time a shotgun ever got nerfed here in Fortnite was on the 7th of November in 2017, and specifically the pump shotgun got hit because during this time the pump shotgun was no joke, an actual sniper here in Fortnite. It could actually kill people at decent range, and that shouldn't happen with a shotgun in Fortnite. So at 41 meters, there was no longer any damage you could do after or over 41 meters, which is a thing that had to happen, but this marks the start of many nerfs to come to the shotguns here in Fortnite. Not even a week later, we get another nerf to shotguns. This time, the semi-auto shotgun gets hit. The base damage is reduced from 149 all the way down to 124, so the semi-auto gets a massive nerf. But after this, we do not see another nerf to shotguns for at least a couple of months. Fast forward all the way to the 21st of February, and the pump shotgun kind of catches a bit of a nerf, so firing the pump shotgun and quickly switching weapons will now require you to pump the shotgun before the next shot. So this was to kind of fix the double pump strategy, which kind of worked, but at the same time it kind of didn't. Not too long ago, the pump shotgun and the tac shotgun probably got the biggest nerfs of all time, or in the history of shotgun nerfs, this is probably the biggest one we've seen so far. The pump shotgun's headshot multiplier was reduced from 2.5 down to 2. The damage was reduced from 95 to 90, and then 85 to 80 depending on the rarity, and the tac shotgun's headshot multiplier was also reduced from 2.5 down to 2, and this was the biggest change we've ever seen, and the most noticeable change to the shotguns we've ever seen here in Fortnite. The last two really aren't all that bad. The first one was on the 27th of June. Shotgun damage to structures were reduced by 50% for the pump shotgun, and then 25% for the tac and the heavy shotgun. So simply, the shotguns just didn't do as much damage to structures. And then the most recent one was after firing a shotgun, another shotgun cannot be fired for a short period of time, and that right there was the final nail in the coffin to the double pump strat. All these nerfs don't really sound all that bad, but when you add them all up, the shotguns took a massive hit, especially the pump. And guys, let's just say the pump shotgun is hands down the worst shotgun right now in Fortnite. The heavy is currently the best, but shotguns have been nerfed to hell and aren't even close to what they once were. Coming in at the number 6 spot, going back to the beginning of June, and I don't know why, ever since June came around, has been Nerf City for so many guns here in Fortnite, but for the RPG, it got hit pretty hard on the 19th of June. So even though the RPG didn't catch like a massive damage nerf, it still got nerfed. And the first big thing was the reload time. So for rare, it went from 2.3 to 2.8 seconds. For epic, it was 2.185 to 2.66, and in legendary, it was 2.07 to 2.52. And that doesn't sound like a ton, but it is definitely something that is noticeable, especially for the rare. It went from like 2 seconds to like 3 seconds to reload one shot, and that kind of helped with RPG spam, but that's what made the RPG so good in the first place. The last change to the RPG was the maximum amount of rockets you could carry went down from, I believe it was 99 max before, down to 12, and pretty much what this update or this nerf did was pretty much eliminate any RPG spam, because today, with having that reload time increased, and of course only carrying 12 shots, you have to be a lot more selective with your shots. And on top of that, guys, there are no longer rockets in the llama, so the RPG, even though it was a massive nerf, it definitely hit hard on this day. Next up, in the number 5 spot, we've all heard of the massive llama nerf, so I won't spend too much time on it, but the llama used to have 500 of each material, so wood, brick, and steel. On top of that, you had 20 RPG shots in every llama. Now you only have 200 of each material and no RPG ammo. The next thing is something I also don't want to spend a ton of time on, and that is a nerf on materials. Now, the only real mats nerf we've had so far is when you're looting and you find any materials, it went down from 30 to 20. So that is kind of not really that big, but the thing is, the reason why I want to give it its own spot is because more mats nerfs are on the way. And of course, at this point, we've only had a couple of minor nerfs to mats, but as time goes on, we all know that Epic Games wants to nerf mats in a much bigger way. So I definitely think it deserves a spot on this list, even though it's not official yet. Next up, in the number 3 spot, the one weapon class that has taken the biggest hit of all time is probably the shotgun, like I said before in the video, but that was over the entire span of Fortnite, so a year pretty much. But this weapon right here, or this weapon class, the SMG weapon class, has probably taken the biggest hits in one single update. Usually when a gun catches a nerf here in Fortnite, it's not really such a massive nerf like we just saw with the SMGs. Usually it's, you know, a little bit of damage or a little bit of accuracy, but these two guns got hit in every single category. The categories that got hit were the accuracy bonus, the damage, the fire rate, the fall off damage, the range, and the drop rate. So almost every single possible category that could get hit got hit with this nerf. And of course, the compact SMG really needed this. The center SMG, not so much, but damn, that right there was hands down the biggest single nerf we got ever in Fortnite. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we're going all the way back to the 23rd of December of 2017. And do you guys remember what was added in on that day? It was the Boogie Bomb, and my gosh, was it overpowered. If you guys played Fortnite back then, you guys know exactly how OP this thing was, because back then, if you got hit by the Boogie Bomb, you know you were dead. Like, the chances of surviving a Boogie Bomb was so unlikely. Unless the person missed all their shots, you were pretty much done. Because the way it worked back then was, if you got hit by one of these things, you would do that dance for an entire 10 seconds, and if you got shot, you would stay in that dance, right? There was no escaping that dance unless you waited the entire 10 seconds. On the 9th of January, the Boogie Bomb took a really massive hit, and that nerf was that the Boogie Bomb dance effect is now removed upon taking any damage, and doesn't seem like a massive nerf, but it pretty much killed this item. Right after this nerf, people were really upset that it got nerfed so badly, and you could instantly see the amount of people using the Boogie Bomb went just down so much. And I wonder how many of you guys actually use this thing like when you play Fortnite, because it's okay, and I feel like start of the match, or you know, why not, but is it actually worth an inventory slot? I would definitely say no. So right after this patch, the Boogie Bomb just went kind of downhill, and it's just not the same anymore. Finishing off our list here in the number 1 spot, we have the assault rifles from season 1. So this was for a very short period of time in November. I don't remember what day it was in November that the ARs all received a massive accuracy buff. So all the ARs were a lot more accurate, but the problem was the damage was way too high, and with that super high accuracy, you could literally laser people across the map with a scar and get like a 98 headshot and just obliterate people. Let that sink in. The gold scar could do 98 headshot damage. That's pretty much like a one-shot. You could one-shot somebody with the gold scar. It was really overpowered. So on November 22nd, they released a hotfix that that pretty much changed all of the ARs. So the common went down from 32 to 30, uncommon went from 33 to 31, rare went from 35 to 33, epic went from 37 to 35, and legendary went from 39 to 36, and then the headshot multiplier went from 2.5 down to 2. Out of everything on today's list, I would definitely say that this was the one thing that deserved the nerf the most. Maybe the combat SMG as well, but this was insane. If you played back then, you'll remember getting lasered by ARs all day, every day. It was way too much. It was way too overpowered, and it's something that had to absolutely get nerfed here in Fortnite. Besides that, guys, for the video, drop a like, subscribe for more Fortnite content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.